Say hi, peanut butter. Say hi. Can you say hi? Can you say anything? No? You want to say hi? Say hey. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Kendall, and today I'm going to be doing my June TBR. I'm so excited for this one. I wanted to name it, so I'm like theming my month, and it is going to be the mid-year mystery thriller month, which maybe one year I think I kind of want to dedicate June to mysteries and thrillers, and call it that. So maybe one year I will actually get to do like a readathon type thing with it for like a whole month long, which would be so much fun. And we could do like reading sprints every week and stuff like that. Like, I'm just thinking of things, and it would be so much fun to do. So let me know if that sounds interesting to you and something like that you would enjoy. But I'm gonna go over what I have, and this is such a good selection of books. I know 2 of these I was gifted, and all the other 3 I was recommended. So it's gonna be a good reading month. I'm so excited, and there are things going on in the month of June where I'm gonna be reading extra books. You know, it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna be reading extra books for different things, and I'll get into that later. But I want to show you guys what I plan to read so here's the thing. This is like weird. So the first week of June, I'm going to the beach. I'm leaving the 4th, and I'm going to be going until I want to say the 10th. I think the 10th. Yeah. About this little like canopy thing that kind of looks like a tent, and it's just like big enough for one person. So I'm going to set it up on the beach, and I'm going to sit under it. Will not get sunburned. I'm going to try and get a little sun, just so I'm like tan, and I like being out in the sun, but I don't want to get sunburned because I absolutely hate that. And if you're a redhead, you know, most redheads know the struggle of the sun versus redheads. But anyway, I'm going to be taking some books to read with me there so that I can, you know, get immersed into reading at the beach. Because, fun fact about me, I'm scared to death of the ocean, and I do not go in the ocean unless it's like ankle deep. So this book I actually left at my work because I was going to start it, but then I decided not to because I was like, I'm just going to take it to the beach and enjoy it there. So I'll put up a picture of it here, and it is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I have been on an Emily Henry binge read, which you will find out in my May wrap-up video. I read Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation pretty much back to back, so I love Emily Henry now. 2 of the books that I'm taking to the beach with me, I got because they're blurbed by Emily Henry. So this book is following kind of a sister dynamic duo. You're following Nora, who is one of our main characters, and she is this like serious literary agent, so she is big on books, and books are her life, which I love that aspect of when authors bring in books into books. It just makes it so much better. And her sister Libby is wanting to take a vacation with her and get away and just spend some quality time together, so they decide to go to a small town in North Carolina and just get away from their everyday lives. So Nora ends up bumping into Charlie, who is an editor back in the city where she works, and so she was hoping for like this little meet cute moment, and where she gets to be the star, but it's not very cute because she's met Charlie before and they never have meet cutes apparently. So basically they just keep meeting and running into each other, and so I think things are going to start to develop, but I am so ready for this book. I think it's going to be amazing, and chef's kiss. I love Emily Henry. The next book that I'm going to be taking with me is Shark Summer by Ira Marks. Look how cute the cover is. I love it. It is a middle grade graphic novel. Just look at the artwork, you guys. It's so cute. I love it. It looks so much fun. Does it not give you Jaws vibes, which is not part of the, well, I mean, Jaws adds to why I don't like the ocean. So basically these kids show up and they are wanting to film this movie, and they brought like this prop shark and they have everything waiting, and that's where we meet our main character Gail. So Gail's like, you know what, let's like actually look for the deeper scary things in the ocean, and they may discover some things that they don't want to see and don't really want to be near. So we'll see how this goes. This will probably like convince me to never get back in the ocean again. So I'm excited to pick this one up. The next one is one that I have seen all over Book Talk and Bookstagram and BookTube. I've seen it everywhere, and it is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This is one of the ones that's blurbed by Emily Henry. She calls it a radiant debut. So of course I'm going to pick it up. And the cover just screams summer to me. You know? So it says, 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart, a weekend to get it right. So we meet our main character, Persephone. She, I guess you could call her homebody. She prefers to stay to herself and keep a distance from other people. And then she gets this phone call, and it sends her back to the town or city where she, you know, found the man that she thought she was going to love for the rest of her life. Oh my god. The rest of her life, named Sam. Percy and Sam, which they call Persephone Percy in this book, but Percy and Sam have always been close friends, and then it turned into something more, and they were just inseparable. But then Percy is returning to this place where she met Sam to attend Sam's mother's funeral. And, you know, when you get, I feel like all the feelings come rushing back, and all the heartbreak and all the laughter and love come rushing back. And so Percy has personal things she has to deal with first before she can even let Sam in, if that's even what he wants. So I think it's going to be a very emotional read. I think it's going to be like People We Meet on Vacation, but more emotional and a little bit deeper than that one. So I'm excited to see what it's like. The next one, Olivia was talking about when I went book shopping with her, which you will see in my upcoming vlog for this week. And she said that a friend recommended it to her, and I read the back of it and just instantly was like, I'm picking it up. And it is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. And it doesn't really look like a summary read, but I told Olivia, like, when I read beach reads, I don't necessarily want them to be about like the ocean or the beach or anything like that. I just want them to be super simple and easy to read and just enjoyable. And I think I liked the Part of Your World title just because it kind of reminds me of The Little Mermaid, which adds on to the beach feeling. So you have your main character, Alexis, who is trying to follow her parents' dreams of becoming this world-renowned surgeon. But she says she's fine being just like an ER doctor. She doesn't want to be this famous surgeon. She just wants to live a simple life, basically. And she meets Daniel, who is this carpenter, and just like shows her the small things in life to appreciate. And you know, he has this farm and a little baby goat, which is on the cover. I love it. And he just wants her to follow her own dreams and not worry about what anybody else wants for her. He is trying to get her to focus on her, and she's struggling with that. And so I think this is going to be a really cute read. It's also blurbed by Emily Henry. She says Jimenez is a true talent. So I cannot wait for this book. I think it's going to be super amazing, and it's just going to be the perfect thing reading under the sun. So those are the books that I'm going to be reading at the beach. And I'm going to take maybe one of these that are part of like my Mystery June TBR. that I want to focus on, I might take one of those just in case, but these are the ones that are going to be my main focus, even if I don't go get through the ones that I read at the beach. So let's go ahead and get into them. So this one I found through Lauren from Lauren Love Reads, and it is Shady Hollow by Juno Black. It is a series, a cozy mystery series. Sorry that my camera's shaking. Peanut butter has to be roaming around. Sometimes she just wants to be the center of attention. But then when you do stuff like this and put her in front of people, she wants nothing to do with it. Anyway, so I have never tried cozy mysteries, but if you knew me personally when I was working at Barnes & Noble, one of my favorite things to do was shelve or rearrange cozy mysteries because the titles just crack me up and I love them. But this one sounds super cute. It also looks really cute. So you have this village called Shady Hollow where a bunch of these woodland creatures live. Let me just read part of this to you. I'll just read the synopsis to you because it's really not that long. This is the first book in the Shady Hollow series in which we are introduced to the village of Shady Hollow, a place where woodland creatures live together in harmony, until a curmudgeonly toad turns up dead and the local reporter has to solve the case. Reporter Vera Vixen has a nose for news, so when she catches wind that the death might be a murder, she resolves to get to the bottom of the case no matter where it leads. As the fox stirs up still waters, she exposes more than one mystery and discovers that additional lives are in jeopardy. Vera's investigations unearth more about this town than anyone ever suspected. It seems someone in the Hollow will do anything to keep her from solving the murder, and soon it will take all of Vera's cunning and quickness to crack the case. Cute! It's like Winnie the Pooh, but with mystery. Kind of. But I'm very excited. It sounds super cute, and she loved it, and so I'm really hoping that I will as well. The next one I was gifted. So I have this little box where I keep like little mementos and stuff in there. So if I get like book mail, I keep my little notes from who they are. So this one I got gifted from Elizabeth from Ponytails and Paperbacks. And she said, this is just one of my favorite reads of all time, therefore you must have it, and I think you will appreciate this one a lot. So thank you very much, Elizabeth, for sending it to me. And this one is The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. I've always liked this cover, but I've never read anything by Sally Hepworth. So what I'm trying to do is I picked out a bunch of different mysteries to read that are from different authors, and most of them are popular authors within the mystery thriller section. One of these is an author I've already read before, and I was going to include The Silent Patient or a book by Riley Sager, but I'm reading those for the Thrill Till the Weekend readathon, so I'm going to have already read a Riley Sager book and an Alex McLady's book, so I'm just trying to get different authors to see which ones I kind of like most. So I'm very excited for this one. I know that Keisha has also read this from A Book Like You, and I can't remember if she liked it or not. I'm pretty sure she did, but yeah. She also sent me another book. She sent me The Mother-in-Law by Sally Hepworth, so I'm excited to get into that one as well if I like this one. I'm going to read you guys the synopsis for this one as well. It says, Fern Castle works in her local library. She has dinner with her twin sister Rose 3 nights a week, and she avoids crowds, bright lights, and loud noises as much as possible. Fern has a carefully structured life, and disrupting her routine can be dangerous. When Rose discovers that she cannot get pregnant, Fern sees her chance to pay her sister back for everything Rose has done for her. Fern can have a baby for Rose. She just needs to find a father. Simple. Fern's mission will shake the foundation of the life she has carefully built for herself and stir up dark secrets from the past in this riveting, rich, and shocking story of unexpected love. It says 2 sisters, 1 truth, but which one of them knows it? Okay. I like sisters. I like this concept, so I'm very interested to see how I would like the twists and turns and the mysteries and secrets being kept between sisters. So this one came, Elizabeth, who I told you just gifted me the book that I showed you guys. she did this random acts of kindness day thing post where they did like, you would comment if you were a mother or if you worked with children or you just dealt with children in your everyday life. And then everyone who commented, another person who commented was supposed to like go and do like give them a gift for the random acts of kindness, and that way everybody got sent a gift at some point, and it was a really cute concept. And so I participated in that since I do work with kids now. And I got this one from Lauren Love Reads, and she said, "Happy random acts of kindness. I hope you love this one as much as I did." Lauren is like a thriller, like a mystery thriller queen to me, so I trust whatever she gives me or recommends me. And that was The Guest List by Lucy Foley. It says you'd kill to be on it. This is part of Reese Witherspoon's book club, which I love Reese Witherspoon's book club. Every book that I've read that's from there, I haven't wanted to put down or not enjoyed. So I'm really excited to see this one. I kind of like the synopsis on this one because it doesn't give you much. And so I think I'm going to just not go into this one knowing like what's going on besides what you get from the back, which says, "An exclusive wedding on a remote Irish island. The bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid. All have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer." So I love a little good whodunit. So I'm excited to see like my thoughts on this one. I also love, like, I kind of want to try and start seeing if I can guess the outcome or like the whodunit part and guess the ending. So I'm going to see if I can do that with this one and just kind of go into it blind and be a detective. The next two are two that are favorites of Olivia's, and she talked about them in a way that made me want to read them, so I picked them up. And the first one is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I read Insomnia by Sarah Pinborough last month. No, I didn't. I read it this month. Oh my gosh. Feels like it's been 2 months, but it hasn't. I read it this month during Olivia's 24-hour readathon, and it was amazing, and I loved it. And Elizabeth and Olivia both said that if you read Behind Her Eyes, you'll kind of understand Insomnia more. So I'm going to do that in hopes of understanding what the whole ending was about in that one. This one sounds so good, and I'm very, very excited to read it. I kind of want to go into it blind, but sometimes I get very confused in mysteries and thrillers if I do that, so I'll just tell you what this one's about. So this one says, Louise, a single mom and secretary, is deeply embarrassed when she discovers that the man who sweet-talked and kissed her in the bar on a rare night out is her new boss, David. And Adele, new to town and lonely, who invited Louise for coffee after they bumped into each other on the street. Adele is David's wife. From the outside, David and Adele look like a picture-perfect husband and wife. But then why is David so controlling? And why is Adele so scared? As Louise is drawn farther into David and Adele's orbit, she uncovers more puzzling questions. The only thing that is crystal clear is that something in this marriage is very, very wrong, but Louise can't guess how wrong or how far a person might go to protect their marriage's secrets. Okay, I'm very excited because I want to read this one and then watch the show when I finish it, so this is going to be a really good read. I'm also planning to buddy read it with Caitlin and possibly Keisha if she wants to, we'll see, but Caitlin from Pride and Paperback, she is so amazing. I love her. She is, she's not a newer friend. She's kind of a newer friend of mine, but we've gotten pretty close, and I just adore her, so I can't wait to read this with her and just feed off of each other's energy. The next one I'm very excited for because I've been wanting to read this author for a while now. She is technically considered horror, so I'm adding her to my little mystery thriller books, but it's Jennifer McMahon, y'all, and this one is The Children on the Hill. This is her newest book. I do want to read some of her other backlist titles, but Olivia talked about this one so much and so well that I just have to read it. Plus, the cover just speaks to me because of how gorgeous it is. So I will read you guys what it's about. So the first setting comes from 1978. At her renowned treatment center in picturesque Vermont, the brilliant psychiatrist Dr. Helen Hildreth is acclaimed for her compassionate work with the mentally ill. But when she's home with her cherished grandchildren, Violet and Eric, she's just grand, teaching them how to take care of their pets, preparing them home-cooked meals, and providing them with care, attention, and love. Then one day, Gran brings home a child to stay with the family. Iris, who is silent, hollow-eyed, skittish, and feral, does not behave like a normal girl. Still, Violet is thrilled to have a new playmate. She and Eric invite Iris to join their monster club where they catalog all kinds of monsters and dream of ways to defeat them. Before long, Iris begins to come out of her shell. She and Violet and Eric do everything together. Ride their bicycles, go to the drive-in, meet at their clubhouse in secret to hunt monsters. Because as Violet explains, monsters are everywhere. So then you fast forward to 2019, and it says Lizzie Shelley, which I love that name. I just do. Is the host of the popular podcast Monsters Among Us, is traveling to Vermont where a young girl has been abducted and a monster sighting has the town in an uproar. She's determined to hunt it down because Lizzie knows better than anyone that monsters are real, and one of them is her very own sister. And they kind of compare this to Shirley Jackson's writing, which I have read The Haunting of Hill House and I didn't enjoy it. But I did read another one of her books, and I can't remember. I think it was, I literally can't remember the title. It's something about a castle. But you guys probably know which one I'm talking about. There's a movie for it. We All Lived in the Castle or something like that. But it sounds really interesting, and it sounds like it's going to be very creepy and eerie. So I am excited for this one to keep me up at night. But those are the books that I plan on reading in June. I hope that I enjoy them all thoroughly. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm going to enjoy one the most out of all of these, or just what you are going to read for June. And definitely leave me any mystery thrillers that you recommend based off of the ones I'm reading, and let me know how they go. So if you made it to this point in the video, why don't you go ahead and leave a emoji in the description below that represents summer to you, and I will enjoy them all and get ready for the beach, which I cannot wait to go and read on the beach. It's going to be so relaxing, and I will see you guys in the next video.